Welcome back, everybody. Last time we left off on ESO, we were going through the quest line here at Balmora.
Ow! Stupid dog. What happened?
There went a dog.
Let me see. I just tried to.
This is actually the first time
Don't
I've seen the
bit me.
dog.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
Like, I've heard that line a couple times, but that was the first time I actually saw the dog. We'll just get away from that thing chasing us for a moment here. And just hop onto our mighty steed. At this point, though, they've announced a new expansion that's based on, like, Bretons this time. Haven't managed to get a chance to pre-order yet. I'll have to see if I'm able to in, like, closer to June, I think. Right now I have quite a bit of things on my hands as world cards to be able to buy it. I usually do like to buy the expansions even if it takes me a while to get to them, as we've seen here. It's usually you end up getting... There's usually like a really good event that happens in regards to expansions where if you own it, you like are able to
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help. First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Oron's exile while I figure out how to deal with the counselor. We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Murog Tong will have my head. It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Master is cautious when it comes to accepting such a high-profile writ. Apparently, though, this target has been very bad. Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game, and her coffers were overflowing. Until someone noticed. I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She made a mess. Now I get to clean it up, for the good of Dunmer society. That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who Oron's torchbug is, we'll have a clearer understanding of why they set him up and why he had to die. I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Oron was in the wrong place at the wrong time, both in Balmora and again in the Ashlander camp. In addition to whatever you can find here, you should also talk to Captain Briven. Briven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Oron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Oron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what took place after Oron left us that message. Vea's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot, and her actions reflect on me and my status in the Murog Tong. She may not appreciate it right now, but I'm trying to keep the both of us on track. That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vea goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice. On the other hand, if she kills someone without a writ, the Murog Tong takes both our heads. There have to be. My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback, and only in Dunmer territory. If we can't control the actions of our members, we'll be hunted down and destroyed for sure.
Alright. That's a bit ominous, but let's go ahead and find out a way into the manor. So already they're telling us not to kill any of the knights around, but I've always been bad at stealth. So let's see what we can do here.
That's what he said.
I see like a little house here with a door. Let me see if I can get in here. Could get in the warehouse, let's see.
This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Just kind of hang around here for a moment. Oh, just go ahead and hide in here. Thankfully, I think as soon as I start the animation, it counts. Let's get out of here. We are moving ahead. Let's go. I'm not allowed to kill anybody here. Can I just get in here, please? Can I just, like... Okay, that does work. So as long as I can get back to the hiding spot, it works out for me. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, we managed to get by. Very nice. Okay. So far, we are keeping with not killing anybody.
See what you can find pertaining to Uran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them.
Next meeting shall take place at the Veteran Consulate just outside Balmora. Agenda items include current events in your territory, financial updates, house relations, presentation of pending issues, propositions for adding items to future agendas. Please bring all pertinent logs and records for presentation review. High Counselor Miraf.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions.
Don't want to end up with, like, dealing with a guy hanging around here, so... He's walking away.
So House Redwood issued an advisory against the Morag Tong. That rather good, that's going to do that, Councillor.
I really need to, like... find something here. Here we go. Councillor Dovora, the unfortunate events surrounding the motion and subsequent banishment of Oren Relith have left the High Council extremely disappointed. This isn't what we expected from the promising son of an old and respected family. The report detailing Oren's trial, while informative, did nothing to evaluate our concerns. In light of what occurred, the High Council requests a favor from you. First, as you often operate in the Balmora region, we'd like you to monitor Councilor Eris's actions for the relative future. We have every faith in Councilor Eris, but Yoran is his son, after all. Add to that the disturbing news about his daughter in the Marak Tong, and you can see why we have concerns. Second, since the promotion of Brivian Melram to the rank of Captain and Commander of Redon's Western Forces, we have received troubling reports of the unauthorized escalation of the use of mercenary companies, especially Forha's war claws. Contract soldiers are expected to abide by all house laws and regulations, but Forha's mercenaries tend to deviate from standard practices on a frequent basis. We especially dislike hearing reports of excessive violence with regards to the treatment of Ashlanders. Harsh treatment, as you know, must always be authorized. Use your connection and personal relationship with the Rayla family to urge Councilor Eris to get his affairs in order. We appreciate it if the disquiet in Balmora is settled down before the upcoming council meeting. Hi, Councilor Mirath.
Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Councillor might actually know something about Ulron. So Councillor Dolvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum. Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case. Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Vea and performing my duty as a Morag Tong. We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmora. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvera was present when Ulran was exiled. Not a bad haul. That means we have to get Dolvera to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvera wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let her seduce you into doing something stupid before I end her.
Alright. So hopefully we can still get through here without, Okay, it looks like the door is actually right over here I need to get to, so that works.
Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you. To seal our partnership, you understand. The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him. Ulron's dead. I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
You aren't clever enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvera.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence. Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron.
Alright. Let's see. Okay, it looks like this is talking about the meeting that was supposed to happen here of House Dress in regards to the slave trade they were doing, I guess.
More proof that Dolvera was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez. Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ulron.
Councillor Dovara, thanks to your impressive recommendation, I've been given command of our forces in the Balmora region and promoted to the rank of captain. Remind me that I owe you the next time I can get away from my duties for an hour or two. I've taken the liberty of reassigning most of the soldiers previously under Yoran's command in order to provide them with a chance to start fresh under the new regimen. Only Vatilo Telman's squad remains intact. They were with Yoran on the day of the incident, and I want to personally debrief them before I make any sweeping changes. In the meantime, I've sent them to scout the old fort west of Balmora to keep them busy. Also, I want to thank you for reconnecting me with Forhara and our mercenary unit. I worked with them in the past, but they've been a godsend for bolstering our presence in contested territory. Here's the rest of the unit assignments in case you're interested. The rest of the letter contains a list of various soldiers and unit assignments.
That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices. Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear. I suppose she's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redoran Magister's face when I tell him what his counselor was up to.
Alright, where do we head to talk to Vera at? I keep on hitting the right click button. I don't keep on meaning to do that. Okay, did I make the wrong choice here? Let me see. Nope, this was indeed the right choice. Such lovely music. Yeah, we've been spending a bit of time here in Balmora already. I think it may be one of the bigger cities in general, so I guess that makes sense. Like Vivek City and probably Balmora are probably the biggest cities, I'm assuming.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing can change that. What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redoran honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk. More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redoran soldiers, Ashlanders, whoever it is, they need to pay. Riven was Oren's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Asher, you might be the only friend I have left. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me. There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort. I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oran's death soon. Then blood will flow. As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, To find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tong won't care about that. That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Nariu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Nariu, not you, and certainly not me. No, never. You and Nariu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ulran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled. I know Vatala. He's a typical Redoran soldier, loyal to a fault, always spouting nonsense about house and honor above all. He was devoted to my brother, though. Ulran considered him to be one of his best. Ulran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told Vatala and his soldiers to remain quiet. Decided to take responsibility and save the many heartache. I hope these soldiers remember that when we find them.
Alright, so we got a new helm, although it's a medium, so we don't have any interest in it, really. I think we are getting close to the solution here. It does sound like Brevin we're either making a mistake, assuming it's Brevin, or it was him.
Stupid dog.
What happened? Let me see.
I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
Actually, a pretty nice swamp around here.
You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Vatala and his squad. They're probably hiding. Or dead. They better not be dead. Nariu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about what happened to Ulran won't last much longer. We need to find that squad of soldiers. Fine. You wait for Nariu. I'm going to go and find those soldiers. Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail.
Alright, let's take a look at this stronghold then, I guess. Haven't seen any cultists though, so...
A bedroll, still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier.
There are, like, cultists up here, I guess. I see one of the markers right over here. Oh, so they didn't like me. So I'm wondering what kind of cultists these are, Nightwalkers.
Move now!
Aid me!
Officer's
A
blade.
Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
So they've probably been captured, haven't they? Oh!
Corporal Darble. I knew him. But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellem's soldiers inside.
Okay, so there might be still some soldiers left. Okay, we can't get in there, apparently. So are we going around them?
Slaughter every Ashlander tribe in Varden. Fan out!
Oh, they have stronghold key. Okay, that works out.
Let's get inside and find the others before it's too late.
So that she's actually actively fighting there. Okay. Got lucky there.
Let's find the
take the
soldiers
left
and get
back.
out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Fight! Wait, Bea.
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vea are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vea to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared. This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage and then we can find a private place to talk. One of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away. We hear him patrolling around every so often. Free us, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You have my word as a Redoran and as an officer.
You
All
find
right.
the key. Me and Battler. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting. From
There
what?
was a-
The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Assuming it's probably this guy. No? Hmm. I honestly thought it was gonna be him. Hmm. There must be another one around somewhere then. Oh, maybe it's this one. Not that one either. Okay. Great researchable. Actually, those are the berries I do like to have. Okay. We'll continue our searching around for the right guard, I guess. Oh, here we go. Hi there.
Ah, another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
Ooh, okay, now I know what Agent Printer is. Agent Prince. Didn't quite work out for you, did it? There we go.
I knew I shouldn't have told Vea the truth. I just made everything worse. Please let us out of here. We have to stop Vea before she does something she'll regret. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Ulran to deal with. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulran to kill his own soldier to save a savage? Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain.
Hmm. I'll let you have the key, but you stay out of this. Otherwise, you're just gonna get sacrificed to a pretty terrible Daedric Prince, so...
Thank you. Now, get to Balmora and stop Vea before she does something she'll regret.
the Aged Prince we're talking about is, I think it was like Clavicus Vile or whatever his name is, I think. And he's a pretty terrible one, I have to admit that. Yeah, the sound of cliff bracers in the background. Plenty of strange wildlife around, you know? A lot of it aggressive, if you've noticed.
Ow! Get your
Stupid
ass
dog.
over here, hero.
What happened?
We've got a
Let me see.
situation and it's not good.
tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me. Leave it alone.
I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours, and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vea leave the safe house? And why is House Redrun tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this debacle a little more palatable. That explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redrun soldiers. Vea might still be inside. Or she might have given them the slip. She could be anywhere by now. If Vea kills Brivin without a writ, the Morog Tong and House Redrun will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vea's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
Alright, yeah, she's on our vengeance path now. So this probably isn't going to end very well for her.
Scour the streets, search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
Hi. Guess we'll head up there then. So I'm assuming she's looking for Oblivion. Somebody's dead.
The young woman, she killed them all. Didn't say a word, just walked in, drew her blades, and cut down every soldier who tried to stop her. And her eyes, I never saw such rage as I saw in her eyes. She headed upstairs, to Captain Brivin's apartment, I think. I can't believe she killed all these soldiers. No, she totally ignored us. Just the soldiers. Nobody else was harmed.
What will become of me?
Okay, we know where the Captain Brivion's apartment is. So we kept on accidentally, like, wandering into it earlier, so... Or up to the pathway to it, at least. It's probably not gonna be pretty. You took what I love, and I'll do the same. Ooh.
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers?
Alright, we got a book here, at least.
If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Brivin is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I've had more than enough excitement for one day. I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was a ramble. Something about my husband betraying her brother, that my Brivin had to suffer just as she was suffering. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. Do you have any idea what she was talking about? Because I certainly don't. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist, the meeting is taking place at the garrison north of Balmora. Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Brivin is the finest soldier I know. He'll set Vea straight. I'm sure of it.
Oh, that's a neat little lantern there. I didn't see that when I was walking in. Oh, I'm assuming she's just gonna be like hanging around right outside the door when I go out there. Probably not gonna be happy.
Have I offended the three?
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redrun garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain. We have to get to her before she gets to Brivin. She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Vea and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that.
Alright, that's... oof. Where are we heading exactly? Okay, we're gonna be heading off that pathway to the, north there. This is definitely getting interesting now. I was wondering where this whole quest line was going.
The Redrun soldiers? Did something happen?
I wonder
The
if
soldiers will find her. I heard she slaughtered everyone in the Kin house. That girl was trouble from the time she was old enough to...
Am I going the right way? Yeah, sort of. Didn't mean to knock myself off my mount there, but... That looks a lot like a way shrine, but it's not apparently. Is this the garrison? It must be.
I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of Redrun soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Brivin wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the Council. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Redrun Council feels the same. Maybe Brivin's trying to show them what the War Claws can do. The War Claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redrun blood off my hands. Let's go stop Vea. I'm ready when you are, hero. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find Vea, bonk her on the head, and get her out of here before she does something I can't fix. Easy as gore apple pie.
Alright, we'll just go right through the front door then. Pizza delivery! Okay, seems like it's not gonna be too much trouble getting up here then. Let's see what we're gonna be up against up here inside the garrison. I know. I have half the mind that he's gonna be already slaughtered by the time we get to him.
Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Vea skewers him. Like many Redrun structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. We must find Brivin and keep him alive until I can talk some sense into my damn apprentice. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the counselors. Just another day at the fair, right, hero?
Alright. Immediately we walk into a work log. Okay, there's more of them than I thought that were going to be here, but now we're just down to the healers.
Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. If we can't get through this door, there's only one other way to go. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in. And if we still don't find Brivin or Vea, well, at least there'll be plenty to drink. And I'll figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know, attending a House Veteran Council meeting was always a secret goal of mine. Right after getting a lusty Argonian maiden to scrape my flesh raw with her abrasive tongue.
That's something new we've learned about you there. I will take that gold. Oh, there is in fact a staircase down this way. Okay. I mean, you can try and hide in the boxes, it's not going to work for you.
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Veteran, yes?
Let's do my ultimate, why not? How many people am I killing here?
Kill the intruders. They have interfered for the last time.
Okay, we found Fiera, so I'm assuming she's gonna have the key. If I can just keep on using that, I will.
Sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself!
Oh, there?
What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you. Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councillor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House. to show that Oren's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out. A test Ulrun failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
Yeah, I see that shadow cloaked behind him there.
That's for Oren. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Thea actually did it. She killed Brivin in cold blood. Thea killed Brivin without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Thea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me both. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Thea can't be allowed to kill the counselors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Thea's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Thea's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Let's go.
Alright, that must have been the door they were talking about earlier. Luckily, I pretty much cleared that path out when I went up there.
Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down.
Where am I going? Up here? Hi. Where am I going? I'm not sure.
Thea's getting close. We're running out of time.
Let's get down there then.
Let me try to open this door.
Thea, daughter, I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid
Father,
fuck.
why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't. None of us can. That's why I have
Thea,
to do
no!
this.
That's an order!
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the counselors have to die.
Alright.
No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today!
Enough, Thea! This isn't the way!
Yeah, that's not gonna go well for you, Priya.
Thea's
thoughtless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another.
She wants to talk to you, hero, not me. Best not keep the High Counselor waiting.
The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris was wrong. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Briven for the part he played. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Veya died protecting her father and the Council from the War Claws. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the Council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
Alright, okay.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet. She's still breathing. The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the Counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Veya's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway. And, more than likely, so am I. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that, but it still feels wrong.
She'd probably come... I don't think she'd actually listen to reason, to be perfectly honest. I think she probably has to go.
Yes. You're right, damn it all. Veya spilled Redoran blood, and now she has to pay. I'll take care of it. She's my responsibility. You don't have to watch this. Go, I'll meet you back in Balmora after it's done. I need to do this alone. Now go. I'll see you in Balmora.
Alright. Because she wouldn't listen to us at any step of the way, essentially, in that entire quest line. I'm just gonna teleport back. If there was any thought in my mind that she would actually listen to us, then I probably would have forgiven her, but literally, essentially, she would not listen to anything that we would tell her to do, the entire quest line, so... Like, I think the best that she was able to do is to sit at the safe house for the moment anything was going on that she was told. She was, like, right out the door, so...
more deaths, more blood on my hands. Just another day in the Morag Tong, eh, hero? Thea died quickly. I didn't want her to suffer any more than she already had. This was for the best. If I keep telling myself that, maybe I'll eventually believe it. And my head's still attached to my beautiful neck, so that's something, right? There's always a choice. Thea could have chosen not to kill Redrin soldiers. She could have chosen not to kill her father. I could have chosen not to kill her. But hey, it seemed like the thing to do. Now leave me alone so I can finish my wine. What do you want, hero? You want me to say that you're right? Fine. You're right, damn it. We'll all keep more secrets, and everything will go back to the way it was. Look, I'd offer you some of my wine, but I don't want to. Really? Is this what justice feels like? My apprentice killed her own father, and I killed her. We've got a lot of death, but not much else. Just another typical day in the Morag Tong. Look, it may not sound like it, but I am grateful for your help. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember Vea by. For an Outlander, I think she kind of liked you. I suppose I kind of like you too. Really, I'm not always this morose. Next time we meet, you'll see. Take care, hero.
Take care, Naru.
I need a nice warm bath. I hear the ones in Vivek are spectacular. I'd ask you to join me, but there's barely going to be enough room for me and my hangover. Give me some time, and then look for me in Vivek, if you happen to be in the area. Once I finish adjusting my attitude, I'll make it up to you. I know a lot of ways to show my appreciation, hero.
Well, it probably isn't the way that she wanted that to go down, but honestly, from the way it was, see, she probably wouldn't have gone out. It probably wouldn't have gone the way she would have wanted it to be perfectly honest. Well, that's actually not too bad for the eyes. Huh. I can never see the body tattoos because I wear the full armor, so whatever. But I believe that definitely is the end for the Balmora questline, so we have in fact resolved that. And like I was saying before, I think Balmora was pretty much like the big, besides Vivek, and maybe, yeah, essentially Vivek and I think Balmora are the biggest city spots here, so. Doesn't look like there's any like huge city spots besides those two, so. Now we're going to be going a lot more around the continent and seeing what's going on. I guess we probably should start with these 3 spots that we have already, that they want us to investigate, perhaps. In any case, we'll go ahead and end the video off here, and we'll continue on our new adventures after that. So, see you next time.